So pre-orders are now live worldwide, and we're getting reports of all retailers selling out of their Switch stock. It would seem like Nintendo has won, and people didn't have a problem with the higher price tags. Except the fact that this is not really the case, at least not right now. Again, people were okay with the $450 price tag. No one with a brain was expecting Switch 2 to be the same price as Switch 1 OLED. The predictions months before the March announcement were between $400 and $450, with heavy leaning towards $400. Nintendo went high, but not outside of what was expected. What took people aback was the price of the games. An $80 Mario Kart, $10 to $20 upcharges for Switch 2 enhanced games, charging for a welcome tour demo. People talked about tariffs and inflation, but those were both BS. Game makers have been looking to push prices up since the PS4. You had $70 base games way before Tears of the Kingdom. Truthfully, you had $70 and even $80 games going back to the N64, but this was due to the grossly expensive cartridge media, which forced games to be pricier, something which was remedied when Sony stepped in with CDs, bringing the price of games down to $50. We now have digital games which cost even less to manufacture. Yet, here we are with an $80 Mario Kart game. Or is it a $50 Mario Kart game? Switch 2 pre-orders are selling out everywhere, but it's not because people have been willing to spread their butt cheeks and take corporate shaft, but because, for the time being, the price is right. You had 2.2 million pre-orders placed for Japan alone. I said in my last video, if Nintendo priced the product right, it would shatter all sales records and challenge being the first system to sell 200 million units. If anything, these numbers coming out of just Japan demonstrate this. We've seen this before with the Wii selling in Japan for 25,000 yen, which would equate to just under $200. And this was without Wii Sports being packed in. Japan will be getting the Switch 2 for $100 cheaper than everywhere else. Do you really think this system wouldn't sell bucket loads if it was $100 less everywhere else? There would be knife fights at stores to pre-order for this system if it was $350 and $400 for the bundle. Yet Japan is not the only place where pre-orders are selling out. The UK and United States are overrun with pre-orders that are crashing websites. $80 for a game is a bit much, but $50 is not. All these people are getting the bundle and are going to pay less for Mario Kart World than they did for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Physical copies be damned. You also have trade-in deals, which would bring the cost of the system down even lower than Switch 1. I have a version 1 Switch just sitting at my house collecting dust that would make my Switch 2 purchase cheaper than an OLED. I never said I didn't want a Switch 2, I just said I wouldn't pay the current prices for it. My concern would be Nintendo will believe people had no issue with the prices and keep raising prices, when the reality is much of the movement for this new product is because of reduced pricing, even if for a limited time. Some 34 million people on NSO will get the Zelda game enhancements for free. For Kirby and Mario Party Jamboree, it's $20 more, but this is essentially DLC, which has always been between $20 and $30. Though they should make this free with an NSO subscription as well, especially since you can't use the online features without an NSO subscription. Nevertheless, if you can see past the riffraff on both sides of this price conversation, you'll discover Nintendo is offering a pretty good deal for the time being. What we can't do right now is make any judgments on how successful this system will be over time until prices normalize. How will the system sell once the bundle deal is gone in the fall? What will be the price of the next 3D Mario and open world Zelda game? Will future tariffs, which have nothing to do with Nintendo's current pricing model, make the cost of their products go up even more? Time will tell. For now, continue to vote with your wallet.